good with y'all, gang? What's good with y'all, gang? My name is Pyramids, and today I'm going to be reacting to this video. It's 2022-23 NFL teams tier list, and as you guys know, I am a big Raiders fan, and I just have a feeling we're going to get snubbed and put somewhere we don't deserve to be. So let's get into this shit.
2022-2023.
So I actually already watched up to like here, so we'll start right here. I don't have any complaints about any of these. I am a little bit concerned though because of this fucking guy put the Chiefs in A, but he's gonna drop the Raiders to B. I think this guy's logic is flawed, and if that's the case, I'll go into why. You'll hear me bitch about it, but you know.
Matt Ryan is a winning, excellent quarterback who's been on a horrible team. The Colts are not similar to the Rams when they got Stafford, but they're kind of similar. It's not a perfect comparison. I don't think the Colts are going to the bowl, but I think the Rams had all the pieces and Jared Goff was holding them back. They added Matthew Stafford and click. You've got an amazing team. I think that's the Indianapolis Colts.
I agree with that for the most part. I like the Colts in A.
I know we're on A tier still. S tier wise, is there any team that you think you
that I think is S tier?
No.
If I was gonna borderline S tier a team,
watch, he's gonna say the Chargers. Watch this.
The only team I may throw in there would be the Chargers.
Here's why you're a fucking idiot. The Chargers are off-season winners every fucking year, and every year they either miss the playoffs or their wild card exits. We're not gonna do this shit. We're going to underrate the Chargers until they prove something, because that's what... Dude, y'all remember back in, like, what was it, 2013, I want to say, or 2012? They had the #1 ranked offense and #1 ranked defense, and what they do? They went 9-7 and missed the playoffs. This is not what we're going to do. I don't give a fuck about how their special teams was back then. It's the same shit. Chargers are going to charger. They say it about the Bengals. They say it about every fucking shit-ass poverty team, all right? We're not going to do this shit where we sit here and put Chargers in an S tier off theory. The difference between the Chargers and Bills and Rams is that the Bills and Rams have proved something. Rams went to the Super Bowl. Bills have been perennial playoff, like, contenders. We're not doing this horse shit where we just throw the Chargers in there because you're basing it off a roster spot.
Okay, I respect that.
I don't fucking respect it. I think your opinion's wrong.
Tom Brady's still there, no Gronk. Who else did they lose? Leonard Fournette's getting older.
That's true.
Their offensive line is still very good. Their defense is still very good.
I don't know where we're going to put...
I like the Buccaneers, but me personally, I'm putting them in A.
Packers. I really don't know how they're going to do this year.
Packers are going to be just fine this year, bro. You have the greatest quarterback of all time. There's no way you can put them anywhere below A tier or even question them. Their defense is stacked. They got Jair Alexander, Rashawn Gary, fucking Devondre Campbell. They got Eric Stokes, Rasul Douglas, who's a ball hawk stud. The Packers are going to be just fucking fine.
I think they're
I've
A tier
seen
to me.
a lot of clips of Rodgers pretty frustrated with his receivers, and I've seen a lot of clips of their receivers dropping balls, not doing the routes right. I mean, everything's new for them.
Only thing I gotta say about looking at preseason clips, though, remember when Jamar Chase was literally the worst player alive?
Yeah.
Wrong. Jamar Chase was not the worst player alive in preseason. There were so many worse players than Jamar Chase. Y'all just blew it up because he said you paraphrased him and said that he had a harder time seeing the ball, which was paraphrased. It wasn't even like a real complaint, but
Preseason. And he ended up having one of the best rookie seasons of all time, right? A tier. Let's go Buccaneers.
I like Buccaneers in A. I like the Packers in A.
I think their defense is developing super, super well. I'd almost put them in B tier. Losing Devontae Adams is massive.
Putting them in B tier is the most horseshit thing I've ever seen. I would have been really angry. You put the Packers in B tier. You're discounting the greatest quarterback of all time who consistently elevates teams.
But you really only
Here we go. I can't wait till they put the Raiders, bro. I just know they're going to put these fuckers in B, and I'm going to just go in.
Like the Tom Brady effect.
I don't even mind this guy. I think he's a cool dude.
I don't know. I still can't see them going to the bowl. I think they're going to get shelled in the playoffs again. They have really been struggling with that. But that defense is getting a lot better. They've got so many studs. Rashawn Gary, Devondre Campbell, Rasul Douglas.
That's what I was saying.
Jair Alexander, Kenny Clark. That is a
defense is stacked.
Defense. I think it'll take some of the pressure off of Aaron Rodgers because he's going to need some pressure off his shoulders. I'm going Packers. Raiders, I'm also going A tier.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a good pick. People always like to sit there and talk about fucking, oh, the Raiders have a terrible offensive line. Derek Carr's going to get killed in the pocket. But what you got to remember is, okay, listen. I'm stuttering. Hold up. Pause. Let me just take a deep breath and listen. The offensive line is the exact same as it was last year, and we got Dylan Parham instead as a fucking depth guy. That's the only difference. And our O-line, like, we're still able to go 10-7 with the shit-ass O-line we have. And Josh McDaniels' offense is dink and dunk, check down type of shit, like short outs. I think the Raiders will be fine. It'll be tough against divisional matchups like the Chargers and Broncos, who have I'd say Chargers especially because they got Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack coming off the edge. I mean, the Broncos are still tough, Bradley Chubb and Randy Gregory, but they're definitely not as much of a threat. Same as the Chiefs with Chris Jones and Frank Clark. Like, I don't know. Like, you got people overrate the Raiders' O-line worries. Like, and I want to hear what they say about the defense, because I also got a couple rebuttals about the defensive shit, because people are kind of clueless when it comes to the Raiders' defense.
Raiders have been an amazing team, and they added Devontae Adams. You didn't lose Josh Jacobs. You didn't lose Darren Waller. You still got Derek Carr. In fact, if the Raiders hadn't had so much struggles keeping people out of prison and having horrible
funny,
draft picks,
he's making me laugh so hard. You hear me laughing?
They would have won a Super Bowl by now in the last 5 years. They have got a lot of talent over there. So I'm keeping the Raiders 8 tier. Bengals,
love that.
Good
pick.
No reason.
They didn't touch on the Raiders defense, but I will, just because there's probably going to be NFL fans already in this chat, you know, blowing me up, whatever the fuck. By the way, I want to talk about this comment that was on one of my YouTube videos. It was actually really fucking funny. Let me just grab that shit real quick. Ignore that. I'm doing this freehand too. You guys are going to love this shit. This comment right here is like the typical Raiders fan. Child, please. Like, he dropped a little Chad Ochocinco bomb on me. He tried to tell me that Josh McDaniels, holy shit, man. He tried to tell me that Josh McDaniels was not like a check down. He is. You watch the film from New England. He's not one of the guys that really likes to sling the rock. He's more dink and dunk, take your 5-10 yards at a time, maybe even less, and just play the game at your own pace. And that's a good thing for the Raiders right now with the poor offensive line. But this fucking Raiders fan, you know, makes me want to... I can't say what I want to say because I'll get taken off YouTube, but just know it's something like violent about myself. So, yeah, anyway, going back to this, like talking about the Raiders defense, I mean, they didn't touch on it, but I think our defense and secondary is really underrated. I think Rock Ya-Sin is really fucking sticky in man-to-man coverage, like great, and people don't give him enough credit. And coming in with a new defensive coordinator for him is going to be great. We also got Nate Hobbs, who's like in training camp is sounding to be like a fucking stud, like an absolute ball hawk. He was the only player on the Raiders to pick off Derek Carr. And it was to Devontae Adams. He picked off a pass to Devontae Adams, no less, like undercut the ball. And it was something really impressive. I think there's a clip. I don't give a fuck. I'm not even editing this shit. I'm just going to upload it as soon as I'm done. Like, anyway, Trayvon Merrick's a stud too. They're going to be great.
Run was a little bit lucky last year. I hate to be a hater, but I feel like they weren't good enough to be in the Super Bowl.
I disagree. There's no such thing as a fluke playoff run. If you're there, and you deserve to be there.
The Chiefs and the Bills would have whomped the Bengals, but clearly that's not what happened. The Bengals progressed to the Chiefs, beat the Chiefs, so they deserve to be up there, but I don't think they're S tier, so I'm putting them A tier. I go Chargers A, I go Broncos
Fuck you.
A, and that is it. Denver.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna slander the Broncos a little bit. Like personally, I think the Broncos O-line is a little bit suspect. I do think it's better than the O-line Russ had in Seattle. But I still think it's got its worries. What I will say, though, is that Russell Wilson is getting a little bit too much disrespect. Russell Wilson is still going to be a top 10, maybe even top 7 quarterback in the league. I think he's going to be great for the Broncos, and I think he's going to elevate that team to be like a winning team. Even if they're in like me personally, my belief is that the Broncos have the weakest roster in the division. But even still, like, Russ is still going to have them in wild card contention. Or maybe even, like, probably contention for the number 1 spot. I think all 4 teams are going to be in contention for the number 1 spot until probably, like, the last 3 weeks. So I think Russ is going to keep them there. And I think down the stretch is when it's going to really matter. And that's where you see the Broncos and their roster worries pop up. I'm not really sold on their defense. They lost Vic Fangio, who was really, like, he was such a bad offensive head coach. And he was so bad, like, as a head coach, but he really elevated that defense to go way better, to do better than it should have. They got Pat Surtain and Justin Simmons and Bradley Chubb, and that's really like the only guys I can name there. They lost Bryce Callahan. You know what I mean? So
A tier for obvious reasons. They have so much talent on both sides.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, well, he's games. Like that. Dallas Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys. Baltimore Ravens.
I think Dallas Cowboys are getting a little bit too much disrespect. They got CeeDee Lamb and Michael Gallup, and I think Michael Gallup will have like a breakout season once he returns from his injury. Their defense is still pretty good, even though they lost Randy Gregory, and they are having some O-line worries, but I think Dak's mobile enough to negate it. So,
San Fran 49ers, Tennessee Titans.
Low-key underrating the 49ers a little bit. I think Trey Lance is him.
And we're going to stop right there and talk about these. Dallas Cowboys.
I don't really care what they have to say anymore. I was really interested in listening to what they had to say about the AFC West.
The next team, Justin Jefferson, developing really well. Kirk Cousins slept on.
I agree with that.
This season, but while watching them just...
I do agree with the Cardinals at B. I do think there's things to be worried about in Arizona. I think not having D-Hop for the first 6 weeks is going to be terrible for them. But on the other hand, they did get Hollywood Brown, and that's going to be really good for them. They still got Budda Baker and whatnot. And Isaiah Simmons will be a stud. I think Zaven Collin will also be a stud. So, I don't know. It's really all about development for the Cardinals.
Just deflate like a balloon.
Yeah, thank you. Shut the Whoa. Slow up.
One more A-tier team, and it's the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles are my...
Listen. I would agree with this if there wasn't such a question mark at the quarterback. I cannot in good conscience right now put the Philadelphia Eagles in the A tier because I just don't believe in Jalen Hurts as a passing quarterback. I do think he has all the weapons around him. I think he has a great defense, and I think he has a great O-line. Like, the drafting for O-line with the Eagles has been phenomenal. Fucking Jordan Mailata has got to be one of the greatest, like, late-round picks. Holy shit, man. Stutter one more time, and I'm going to punch you in the fucking mouth. He's probably been one of, like, the greatest 7th-round picks in the last, like, 3, 4, 5 years. Great pick. But I'm just really concerned about Jalen Hurts in the passing game. I think getting A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, who can really track down the ball is an upgrade. But me personally, I have the Eagles in B tier. That's not to say they're a bad team. That's not to say they're not a playoff contender. I just really have a question mark about Jalen Hurts. And until the season begins, I couldn't put them at A.
My sleeper A tier.
Sleeper's right.
No question. Odd. Yeah. I think Cleveland Browns. We're going to see the...
Okay, so personally, I understand why he's putting them in the C tier because he's basing this off how they will do in this season. So I can fully understand having the Browns in C because they're going to be missing Deshaun Watson. But I just want to clarify that if we're going off roster, if we're just going off pure roster, I think the Browns are a B tier team with the roster they have, even if their quarterback sucks, because they have a great O-line. They have a good secondary. They have great running backs, and they have good receivers now too. I understand why it's at C, but I just wanted to clarify.
If he comes back and he's just a god, right line team that does not mean
wrong, even more wrong. Detroit Lions in A tier. Jared Goff is going to lead this fucking team to the playoffs.
They are good right now.
Shut up. You're wrong.
They struck Texas well, but I love Baker. You've got.
Okay, here's something that I'm not agreeing with. I don't like this Panthers pick. I'll listen to his reasoning and then I'll give him.
I've got Panthers as
let's listen.
I hope I'm proven wrong because I do love Baker Mayfield. I'd like to see them move up, but with the current talent that they have and a brand new quarterback, you've got two very mediocre quarterbacks battling out for the starting spot. That's just not a recipe for success.
You're wrong. You're wrong. You're even more fucking wrong. Let me tell you why. The Panthers have a great defense. They have Brian Burns on the back end. They did lose Hassan Reddick, which is a big blow, but they still got a really solid linebacker core. They have a decent secondary. I really like Jeremy Chin. J.C. Horn's coming back, and I think J.C. Horn will be a stud. Their O-line is a little bit worrisome, but it seems like they have been trying to upgrade it, and they're underrated. Their wide receivers are so slept on. DJ Moore is a great receiver. And I think Baker Mayfield has a rocket of an arm, and DJ Moore is definitely a deep threat. And I think Baker Mayfield can definitely make use of DJ Moore as a deep threat and get him touchdowns and just elevate the Panthers team to win some games.
New York Jets, I'm going to put in D tier. Fucking love Zach Wilson. I love hunting MILFs.
Don't
that
care.
Doesn't mean your team's going to be good. Let us not forget that Zach Wilson was a very
Okay.
subpar
Yeah, we get it.
good. But I think that
Whoa, who you
have
move?
a better season. I still think Trevor Lawrence is very, very, very good. But
I don't know how you can say Trevor Lawrence is very, very, very good right now when he's put up the numbers he did. Even if it, like, I understand he's in a terrible, terrible situation, same as Justin Fields. You can't sit there and say he's a great quarterback right now. You just can't. But I do agree with the take. I do think the Jacksonville Jaguars will have a better season than the Jets and everyone in D tier.
That is a very good team. Will it pan out that way? I don't know. Carson Wentz scares me.
He's always, it's like either he's saucy.
Dude.
What people forget about Carson Wentz is that the Colts were in playoff contention until week 18. Then they bombed out, and it was the whole team's fault. It wasn't just Carson Wentz's fault. Carson Wentz put up all right counting numbers. If you yeah, I don't know. I think we're sleeping a little bit on Carson Wentz.
I'm gonna Hail Mary this. Fuck it. Commies, 8 wins. I'm putting them in B tier.
I like that. I like that. I like that.
I'm doing it. I got the commies up in B tier, baby.
I like that. The commies. What the fuck?
They do not like
They don't?
commies in there. I don't know.
All right, I don't give a fuck what Jets fans have to say. Me personally, don't give a damn.
Wins championships. Not because of Mitch Trubisky, but because the Steelers are B tier. That offense
Yeah.
is, dude, Mitch Trubisky. I'm good track. I'm putting them in C tier.
Wrong. Even more wrong. They got AK-41. Michael Thomas is... Yeah, AK-41. Michael Thomas is coming back. Jameis Winston's coming off an injury, and he was looking to have a great season. Cut down on the interceptions. They added Tyrann Mathieu. Got Jarvis Landry. Still have Cam Jordan. And didn't they fucking add... Who added Marcus May? Let's take a gander. They got Marcus May, too. They have Marshawn Lattimore still. Demario Davis. I think you got to at least put the Saints in B tier. Because they are definitely going to do better than the fucking... Yeah. You got to put them in B tier.
He's a very good question.
They're doing... Like, the Saints are doing better than all 4 of these teams. To have them in C tier is kind of ridiculous.
Marshawn Lattimore, Ohio State, very
Move them to B.
definitely better.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about. You fucking better,
No
dude.
more than 9
You
games,
fucking
but
better.
B tier, they are
Oh, fuck you. I bet the Saints win 10. I think the Saints win 10.
definitely better than the
I like Saints winning 10. Not against the Raiders. They're going to lose against the Raiders. Saints can't win against the Raiders. Proven.
I'm making Giants C tier. I think the Giants will catch them.
Go fuck yourself. Wrong. They're D tier.
They're straight this year. They're not going to tier. Their starting job in the league.
I was gonna say
Sure, I can agree with that. Holy fuck. Dude, listen, I know the preseason doesn't mean anything, but you cannot put the Patriots in B tier when Mac Jones is throwing picks against the fucking Raiders' second-team defense that everyone shits on. Everyone be shitting on the Raiders' defense, and now we're about to let Mac Jones let it slide in preseason. Every other starting QB that played tore up the fucking second-team, third-team defenses, bro. You can't be having that shit, all right? Mac Jones threw a pick, bro. Mac Jones couldn't get anything doing. They didn't even get a touchdown, bro. Nah, I don't like Patriots there. I like
I
C.
just don't think he's that guy that can propel the
I think they're in
team
C.
here. I think a lot-
Where are they putting the Dolphins?
I needed to do Miami Dolphins. Get pissed.
See, I don't understand the logic behind this shit. I think this is really hypocritical. How the fuck are you going to have a guy, right? Yo, my brain just overheated. It's not hypocritical at all. I'm actually dumb as fuck. I agree with this take. What the fuck am I saying? Dude, I just had an aneurysm. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this video. I don't really give a shit about this guy's reasoning. He's a cool dude, whatever. He's alright. I just don't agree. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to rate the video, comment on the video, subscribe to my channel, and share it via Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Bumble, Tinder, and all that other bullshit. And yeah, that'll be it. Fuck you. See ya.